That's about 13 hours, ain't it?
Hey man, have you been getting? You got to get week after week. These niggas been coming nasty. I told y'all last week. I said if my boy pull up, I said yeah, he about that knowledge now. But if he pull up, he gonna pull up just like
just like the rest of these niggas. You surely lying.
Hey B, it was a Aston Martin. Was it an Aston Martin?
Yeah, that was Aston
Yeah,
Martin.
them niggas did. Who talking about?
It was a Maserati. I ain't want to call no name. I ain't even want to do that. It was a Maserati.
What that was
Coach
last day?
had that big ass truck.
The Denali?
The new, yeah.
Who?
That bit looked like a spaceship.
Yeah, he did. Coach did have that shit. Coach. Yeah, Coach did have that shit.
Up in the motherfucking Vic.
The yellow one.
Looking like wow.
B pulled up in the Beamer. I mean, a BMW.
What the fuck Herschel had?
The Vic.
Yeah, that nigga did have that
Yeah.
bitch.
But I knew this
right there.
He got the yellow box.
Boss B did pull up in that Beamer.
Beamer.
Boss B pulled up in that Beamer.
That Beamer?
Yeah.
We had Ladarius Will came through. He came in his
Tesla, yeah.
He ain't got the regular Tesla like niggas got. He should have looked like a little.
He paid a little
Spaceship.
He should have looked sporty. And then nigga just get out and walk in like we wasn't in the hood. I said, hey man, you need to park your car. You need to
roll your windows up.
The windows rolled up in that bitch bagged up. I think it might have said thank you.
Oh,
I don't know.
Hell no.
Motherfucker do that, man.
Man, he walked out like he said he had to pay what 15 extra.
Fuck it. All y'all niggas pulling up the same way.
Big footprint, I'ma step like Sasquatch. Bitch, I'm full of fire like a matchbox. A lot of y'all hoes really lose
I'm looking at that Billy Carson shit when he talking about the Anunnaki and they got the Sumerian tablets. See, Cal Berkeley, you could go look and it'll translate the tablets for you because they was the first people that could make literature. They was the first one who could write down what's going on.
Yeah, with the cuneiform. But I'm gonna break it down. It's way deeper than what we think.
All them and all these other civilizations way over. All them big blue people, the architect.
Exactly.
Following
we already on.
Hey,
I'm trying to
we
get to
do
the,
a little bit of this.
Okay.
We do a little bit of this before we kick it on. Then we drop it. You feel me?
How you wanna do it? You ain't really built like that. Shooter like KD coming off the hip like that. Smoking that loud, this that pump up the volume. Lighting up a spliff like that. In the streets spinning them. These niggas sweet like cinnamon. Same rap nigga, you a synonym. If a nigga want that smoke, tell him he can bring 10 of them. We'll shoot 5 at minimum. Big footprint, I'ma step like Sasquatch. Bitch, I'm full of fire like a matchbox. A lot of y'all hoes really lose.
What up?
Yo, what's happening?
You already know what it is. It's your boy Nardo, Blacktastic.
It's your boy E-Dubb.
And we are the productive procrastinators.
Yes, sir.
If you ain't being productive, you probably procrastinating.
And if your ass ain't procrastinating,
yeah, damn for sure. Hey, you gotta have balance. It's all about balance.
Right.
And today, we got my boy here who giving me some balance to the universe.
Bruh, listen.
Zing.
Enlightening.
Yes, sir. We got my boy Brian Anthony.
Yes, sir.
And I've been knowing from back in the gap. We trying to figure out.
Exactly.
We was like, well, nigga, He one of them niggas that just better known as We Know the Truth.
We know the truth.
Know the truth.
Hey, y'all. This nigga here, man.
Before we go ahead. No, I'm gonna say let's go on, get this slogan out the way. Let's go and roll the corn. Let's go and roll it.
Roll the corn.
Roll the corn.
Roll it.
Okay, so what I want y'all to know is with the We Know the Truth platform, man, it's like what up, good people?
What it do?
It's your boy Nardo Blacktastic, and I got my homie
E-Dubb.
You already know we are the productive procrastinators, and what you didn't know was, well, we done got a new sponsor.
You see it?
Can't lie to you, I'm happy for this one. We got Piece of Shack, no slack. 2 locations, the one in Jackson and Pearl.
Let me shoot
Talk to
them.
him.
I got you, dog. Jackson, Mississippi, 925 East Fortification Street, 601-352-2001. And the Pearl location, 3040 Highway 80 East, Suite A, 601-203-2986.
So you already know what that mean. That thing right there on Highway 80, so you can get in and get out of Pearl if that ain't your world. Now, let's get to these delicatessens right here.
Man.
We got this carnivore piece over here for you meat lovers. No diddy. We got this Philly steak and cheese sub. I ain't even know they had them right there. I'm trying to get this out for a nigga stomach start growling. And we got the 39.55 wing, courtesy of my boy.
Say that again.
39.55.
Okay. That's all I want to know.
I don't know what he put on them, but the boy ain't played with the seasoning. If you ain't got no sauce, you already know you lost. Now talk to them about these ingredients.
Bruh,
I heard they were fresh in every bite.
Every bite, there are fresh ingredients. But, they don't just specialize in pizza. They got the sandwiches. Look, favorite sandwiches, dog. Philly cheesesteak, as we have here.
Talk to them.
Meatball, turkey melt, Italian sub. Specialty pieces. Like I said, just don't have the meat lovers. We got spinach Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, and shrimp Alfredo. That's just to name a few.
I like how you were doing that. You were dropping them names out there like spades. So
Hey.
you already know, y'all. I'm going to tell you right now. We're going to have to go and get this through because my stomach about to start growling right now. We ready to tear into it. So make sure you tap in with Pizza Shack. Both locations, Jackson and Pearl. Get it in your life, man. Pizza Shack.
Check them out.
A lot of people, we at this point where I think most people had their chance to go through whatever in life where you have to really observe your walk through life, walk through faith, and walk through what they done taught us through history. I think a lot of people starting to realize what it's more than what we thought it was. They ain't really told black people for sure the truth about their history. A lot of people like to call it woke. I ain't gonna really just say my boy Page. It ain't woke. It's like a history.
It's just truth.
It's like a
We know
history
it
that
now.
you didn't know this for some reason they wanted to cover it up. And it's starting to come out in all type of stuff
And
like
plain in sight.
Like we were just saying, the film with Brian Coogler, Sinners. It's stuff like that they're bringing out, like at least bringing some kind of attention back to a place like Mississippi. Yep. And when you came in, I was telling you, I got a partner that be talking about they lied to about everything. They talk with the pyramids and just history. Yeah. So I was trying to ask you because I know you from round the way, like
round the way,
back in the round the way, round
the way.
Man, nigga trap, cuz we all good. Everything. I got a little history. If your ass from Jackson,
you know a little history everybody else don't
exactly.
know.
We from that community though.
If your ass
man.
from Jackson, you know what I'm talking about, and you want to survive, your ass done did a little something. Even if you stopped for a minute, you sold a couple little something for about a week or something.
You did
I don't care who you is. But I ain't see the platform you got now with just enlightening people, bro. So how did it even come to be? And like, bro, I accept it when I see it. It wasn't even like, that nigga trap, what he talking about? It was like, yeah.
Man, my great grandmama, right? Like I said, I grew up on the dead end of Christian Brotherhood, Jackson, Mississippi. Street called Cromwell on the end of Shady Oaks, right? My great grandmama.
Another spot I was like, I might know you from there. I might not. I think we'd identified.
Might be Shady Oaks.
I think we'd identified it with Jackson State, though.
We had.
With my 833 brethren, Rob B, Shot B, Mike, we keep it real here. Yep. We shot out here.
You know Cedric Thompson?
Yeah, Sid Thompson stayed at the end of my grandmama's street.
Lil Mike. That's probably where we know each other from.
They stayed
Lil Mike come by her. Shout out to Lil Mike.
Lil Mike.
Them niggas know me.
I just saw Lil Mike.
We knew each other. We was sure.
That's where we know each other from. That same area.
We know each other from about 3-4 different.
The store on the hill, Clarence store, Cromwell.
We know the truth.
I grew up right behind the store.
Right. We know the truth. We know the truth now.
I remember that store, because that store is the first place I seen like pickle eggs and pickle peas. Exactly. I didn't know you come in there.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So
right in there.
My great grandmama, she from Fannin, Mississippi. That's like down Lakeland, probably 30, 40 miles, 50 miles down Lakeland, right? She said she moved to Jackson in the 1930s, early 1940s, right? And she said our family had over 500 acres of tobacco and corn and cotton fields in Fannin, Mississippi. When she was born, they raised her up on the farm, her dad and all of that. So she moved to Jackson because over time, she said our people was in Mississippi before Mississippi was a state. So when they start sharecropping with the white people, they start.
Yeah.
You be taking me too fast.
Let me slow down.
But too slow at the same time. When did Mississippi become a state?
Exactly.
Mississippi became a state like 1819, something like that.
You know that. You remember
bro,
that?
you just one of them ones. You was born with it, man.
I don't know if I had a gift. I don't know if I got a gift.
Like basketball
like
conversation.
19.
I don't know where it come from,
because
bro.
every now and then a nigga be like, bro, why I have to even be from here? But okay, let's get it.
Yeah.
18,
and you know, I'm gonna say something powerful too, man. When we growing up, we think Mississippi is nothing. We think it's the worst place. We think it's the baddest place.
Facts.
But when I start researching and start understanding how things work, Mississippi is the greatest state in America.
bro.
And I'm gonna break it back.
Man, this shit like Game of Thrones. Them motherfuckers want to keep
They don't understand.
Bitch.
People don't understand.
Cause them the
Look, yeah,
last
just my
strongholds,
head.
man.
Exactly. It's the first stronghold.
Exactly.
Bruh.
So I got power back in Mississippi. You lose it because you go through so much here.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder to make it. But once you learn why it's hard to make it, then you see the big picture. They made it like this for a reason. But like I was saying, now let me
hard if it ain't worth something.
If it ain't worth something. Exactly. So, okay, my grandma, her dad started sharecropping with white people, right? So before him, his people owned it. So when Mississippi became a state, they didn't know nothing about taxes.
He was sharecropping with white people down here before Mississippi became a state.
While he's sharecropping with them, Mississippi became a state. Well, his ancestors, because this is my great-great-grandfather at this time, because I pulled up my ancestry and all that.
Okay.
So we going back 3 generations. Great-great-grandmama, her daddy, and his daddy. So we back in the 1800s at that point, right? So when Mississippi becomes...
Nigga was
sharecropping. They want to learn how to grow crops because they starving. See what I'm saying? We already know how to do it. That goes into the story I'm about to break down. I'm going to give y'all today, too. So, let's say y'all own this studio, and before you got here, you ain't had to pay no rent. Then somebody come in and share another room. Now you got to pay rent. But you don't even know you got to pay rent. You like, we ain't never pay no rent. We just going to keep running the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your back rent going back and back and back and back. This is like the land in Mississippi. The state is going every year putting taxes on the land. You don't know it because you was here before this was a state. The white sharecropper know that. So what he doing? He's sneaking back down to the county, buying your land from under you, right? Because you don't know. You just working your field like you always have. So he come back to you a couple years later like, okay, I own the whole building, bro. Y'all ain't paid nothing. I paid for y'all land and mine, and now I'm gonna give y'all an acre or two to work for free on just to live here because I done bought all the land out from up under you. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's
you see the move?
Yeah,
yes. How they could come in with a system in play and make it state. We draw the line, said it, and this what we
right, and counties and all.
You didn't know it. You been here the whole time.
Yeah, you don't know it.
But we done made this some state.
Yeah, see, because this is European law. This ain't American law. See, they brought European laws to America.
Right.
We don't know nothing about what they doing in Britain.
And no resistance against it.
Because it's a trick. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't tell the people about how government set up and how counties and taxes set up. All you do is come in and say, teach me how to work the land. When you first get there, you might break bread or anything just to get on the field. All you really doing is trying to learn how to work the land. So when you come back with your move after you take it, you know how to work it. Now you can just put everybody off for them.
This how you really saying Europeans even settle America. They ain't just come in like we finna take this shit. We pilgrims. We finna take this shit. They came in.
They took a lot.
Hey,
but they tricked for a lot of it too.
And can you show me that and shit like that stayed here about.
Exactly.
How long you think they stayed before they even went to do it?
They were here 100-some years
before they even say, okay, let's take this shit. Let's make steak.
They was trying to. They were trying to. I'm tell you something else they did. Let's say is melanated Indians look like us. We the mound builders. Then you got Native Americans. They come after us, right? So let's say we on the same land, but we were here longer than them. They learning from us. Then the colonizer come. We ain't fucking with them. No, hell, get y'all ass up. You know what I'm saying? They go down the street to them people. They weak. They put liquor on them, have babies with them.
That's how it happened.
Yep.
Have babies with them. Now, let me give you some facts that you can check.
Okay, I love it.
Greenwood Laflore.
Yep.
That's what Greenwood, Mississippi named after, right? His daddy is a...
You teaching me. Like, when you say right, I'm like, okay.
Right.
You know Greenwood, Mississippi,
because all my people from Greenwood.
Greenwood. That's what Greenwood named after. Greenwood Laflore.
I ain't know who
Then it's Leflore County. Yep.
His mama is a Native American, a Siberian type of person. Indian. And his daddy is a French fur trader. So his daddy from France and his mama a Native American from
Leflore.
from
That's the last name.
the Leflore.
That's
That's why they call Leflore County.
Yep, Leflore County.
Greenwood, Mississippi, right? He ain't even native to the land. His dad is French, his mama from
Siberia.
from Alaska.
Wherever.
See what I'm saying? So his dad had raised him up to be a slave owner because that's how you culture assimilate a people. If they calling us Choctaws and calling them Choctaw because we on the same land, but really they calling them Choctaw because they learn from us. Now here go the move. Here go the move. You have a baby with the Native American. You raise him up as a slave owner because he still got a slave owner daddy, right? When he raised up as a slave owner, you send him straight to the government where you come from. You send him to sign the paperwork to give away the land. Greenwood Laflore signed the Indian Removal Act and gave away all the land. Then when he give away the land to the government, they give him back 10,000 acres and a bunch of slaves. See what I'm saying? So when they teach us that Indians own slaves, that made us freedmen, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all ever heard freedmen? Mm-hmm. Indian owned slave. When they released us, we were freedmen. We went in as the real Indian. We came out as freedmen, like we were from Africa. You see what I'm saying?
But some here from the whole.
It's a hell of a move.
So how did the narrative start from us being from Africa? Where did it come from?
Okay, the African narrative come from. They from Africa.
Who are they?
Africans and white people.
Oh, look,
they from Africa too. Yeah. White people come from a certain stock of black people, but they not American black people. So they try to teach us. Boy. They try to switch it around like we from there because they know that spot in the world evolved after here.
I've heard
all them old bones they be talking about in Africa, them monkey/human bones. All the old bones over here straight humans. So that means we was here longer. Yep. We've been we evolved longer, y'all. But y'all want to send us back over there, and then this is the land of great agriculture. Like we can grow anything around here,
especially in Mississippi.
Yep.
Man, you can't grow nothing in Africa and Europe like that.
Man, where you get your source? What's your source to even find?
Man, I done read 1,000 books, man. Like I said, I started working on the road, and I'll be in the hotel. I go to work, I'll be in the hotel. I'll be gone 6 months working doing contracts. So I just be buying books, shipping them in, reading them. And cause one day it hit me like, bro, I'm just a dumb nigga from Mississippi, bro. But my grandma taught me some stuff that led me the right way. And I ain't finished my grandma's story neither.
Yeah.
Right.
She had a couple of acres left out that land they took, right? So we used to always go down there in the summer. So one summer I probably about 12 or 13. Now I can understand what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a tobacco field. It's a graveyard, and it's a mound. Like an Indian mound. Mm-hmm. Indian mound right here, the grave, the tombstone running offside the Indian mound. It's all my family, right? I'm like, Grandma, why is an Indian mound right here in the center of our graveyard? She said, them ain't no damn Indians. Them your people. She said, we had this land so long, we were burying our people in these mounds, then we evolved the tombstones. The land's still out there today with the mound. They knocked it down a little bit now because it's all gone because my aunt and them sold the rest of the land before I even understood what was going on. After my grandma passed, but anyway. I hated that, but.
So I ain't see mounds until I got grown. I started working at Centos, and now I get to drive out to like Chula and different stuff.
Mound Bayou.
Just ride to all these different little places. You got to go through it ain't no good road to get to.
Ain't no good road.
And you will see like a little kind of mound. From a distance, it look little, but it look like if you get close, it's pretty big. And I ain't really even know what them was. You know,
me neither.
Talked to the other people in the truck with me or whatever.
Me neither.
So I was grown as hell before I even realized what the Indian mound was, and even looked back.
It's a small town up around Greenville. It's like a park with nothing but Indian. I think the name of the park is Indian Mound, but it's like, bro, I'm talking about a line of them.
Winterville out there, right?
Yep.
I went out there.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
Amazing, bro. About 60 feet tall.
Yep. It's a bunch of them, dog.
Like a pyramid. Got a ramp on it and everything.
Yep.
Bro. I got a video of it. I think I put on
it. What make you
when
do
I go up the thing.
So you just be like, I'm finna go to this.
Once I understood what they was, I had to go show respect to them, bro. Once my grandma taught me that black people built mounds, a line with stars Okay, this is why all the Hebrew stuff come in there. Black people built the mounds way before anybody else got here. They try to tell us it's Native American mounds.
Yep.
But they align with stars. The same star that are gods in Egypt. We got mounds in Louisiana and Mississippi aligned with the same star Egypt got. But the mound in Louisiana and Mississippi 5,000 years older than Egypt. LSU, look up LSU campus mounds. LSU, Louisiana State campus mound. They're 11,000 years old, bro. Egypt, 5,500 years old. But the mound is the star it's aligned with. It's a god in Egypt. The knowledge started on the Mississippi River, and it went around the world. That's what people don't know. That's why that's when the corn come into play. So when I find corn in Egypt, corn in Samaria, who the hell brought it over there? That's what the knowledge came with the corn. See what I'm saying? That's what roll the corn mean. Corn from first grown, they say it's Mexico, but really it's the Mississippi River, the first corn with the mounds, right?
Okay.
Our people got enlightened through agriculture. That's where we got enlightened from. That's where meditating come from, sitting in the plant field, in the crop field, hoping you have a good harvest, right?
I guess I'm learning, but I keep saying right, but I'm letting you know.
Right, we listen.
You teaching me.
So that's where all of that come from. It come from growing crops to feed your people. That's how you get spiritual. You see what I'm saying? Okay. When in ancient times, you ain't got no crops. You fucked up. See what I'm saying?
Right. That's your money.
Yeah.
Food and money, baby.
Yeah. And they knew that.
They knew that.
Yeah.
They knew that only way we can survive if we grow something right here on the land we own, and we stop moving.
You ain't gonna be able to kill
we stop
nothing
scavenging and
all the time.
moving around and being a hunter gatherer.
So you said
know what I'm saying?
The Mississippi run around the world?
Yes. Because see, when I break down all the symbolism of, let's say, I go into the mounds in Mississippi and pull out the artifacts, and I pull out artifacts from Samaria and Egypt. Same stuff.
Why is it?
It's the same thing.
Why? How did they eat? These the same people.
It's the same bloodline. Same
they
bloodline.
Migrated from
they
there.
Just, I was say, yeah. They
was like before the tectonic ship plate with the shift.
They say that Pangea shit, but I don't know. I don't think that's real. I think them people went around the world
in boats.
On land.
It wasn't all
everywhere.
connected. These folks learn how to travel.
Yeah, they traveled in ancient time.
You said on boats and what else?
Boats, land. They went across land masses, everything. Cause see, up there by Alaska, that was connected.
It connect. Yeah, they say it's still
kind of connected. It's a little water out there.
At a certain time,
yeah.
The tide go down and
exactly. So that way they taught us the Indians came that way. We had already went out that way before they ever came that way. So that's why China got pyramids. Then they went into South America, became the Olmec and became the Mayans and all of that, and then Inca and all of that. Then we went all the way to Samaria and then Egypt.
So we just spread it out.
We spread it out.
They migrated through time, just travel.
Yep. And then, like
from
I said,
how long you think? It
took a long time.
I seen some on Netflix where it was like, I don't know, this guy they use some kind of drill they doing like almost like how you measure earthquakes.
Yeah.
And they shoot it into a mound, or they make they drill into the mound and they measured it, and they found out that it was like they thought it was a pyramid, and like land that grew up on it, because people still from that area still walk up there.
Exactly.
And as they shot that through, they thought it was like, bro, I don't really remember, but it was crazy. The age on it was like, I think the Earth way older than we think it is.
Yeah.
I think mankind is way older than we think they are.
It is. We have been around so long, they start calling us aliens and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's where they get out of that alien story from. Out of the Anunnaki. They ain't no Anunnaki, man. Them just regular people.
We've been around so long, they start calling us aliens.
We were way more advanced.
Obviously had the technology way.
Exactly. So, why stop here?
Now you got us asking questions.
Man, I'm telling you exactly.
We're trying to find out the truth.
So, when I pull out artifacts from Mississippi mounds in Egypt and Samaria, they got the same stuff. And it's made out of the same minerals coming out the earth. Mound builders wore red jasper beads. Now they had them African beaded red beads, and they come from America. They think they come from Africa. Red jasper wars off evil. So they made locust beads, like grasshopper, red. Why you put the grasshopper on there? because the grasshopper would eat the crops. So you want to protect your crops from the grasshopper. So you made red grasshopper beads around their neck. Cause see, if some eat the harvest, we gonna starve. See what I'm saying?
It's all about the protection of the money.
Yeah,
protection of the food.
That's their money though. Like that's how they looking at it.
Yeah.
We can't go forward with
protection of the food. We weren't really selling it.
We
We
was
were
just
trying to
making-
feed our people.
But that's what they know though. This gonna be it.
So
wherever we go, long we can feed people.
longer we can feed our people. See, back if we go way back in the time, and we got to chase down a squirrel to eat all four, trying to eat a piece of squirrel, somebody gonna be home. So we gotta be like, bro, we gotta come up with something to grow everybody.
But
something
the
to
land
eat. You
can
know
keep
what I'm saying?
feeding us. Yeah,
The land keep feeding
Yep.
us. Then you get spiritual off the land. You get connected to the land.
Yeah,
You connected to the crops, the field. Then you start learning the star alignment because the star alignment tell you when to plant these crops. And that's
why they
that's
was
when I all
smart. This
see
all
and I.
about the stars.
That's when I all see and I and all that come into play. See what I'm saying? They don't come from Egypt neither. I can show you artifact coming from Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, all seeing eye on all of it. The Mississippi State Seal used to be the all seeing eye. Look up the University of Mississippi Old Miss State Seal, the old one, all seeing eye with the sun behind it. That's the star alignment for the harvest. That's all the all seeing eye is. It's when the sun and the Sirius star align like this, you get the all seeing eye.
So
That's where they come from.
So
we got ancient ones in Mississippi, bro.
So people didn't start in Egypt or on the Nile.
The
They
knowledge
started here.
It started
and
here.
Moved.
It moved.
This the Nile.
This the real Nile.
This where the people first came. This is where it started.
They say the knowledge came from Mizraim. That's what the Egyptians say. Mizraim means the red soil. Mississippi River got the most red soil on the earth.
Yeah, it's got the red
Clay dirt.
Yep. That's where they come from.
Egyptians said my ancestors come from Mizraim. My ancestors come from the land of Punt. Mizraim is the Mississippi River. The land of Punt is Mexico.
How you put them two together, Mizraim and the Mississippi River?
Mississippi River used to be called Mississippi with a Z. Then it's Mississippi now.
Like that
Mizraim is Mizraim. Mississippi used to be Mizz, like Mississippi,
Yeah.
the land of Mizraim. That's where they got that from. See, when you go to Egypt, they telling you where their ancestors come from, bro.
Hey, my nigga over there, Kenya, this all I'm seeing my nigga doing.
They're moving their head.
I just want y'all to look this stuff up.
Bruh, man, this is crazy.
Egypt
No, because here go the crazy part about it for real. Like, just something inside me before, just a feeling.
You can feel it.
Yep.
Long time ago.
He used
It's
to
almost
always
like
say
you
it
ain't
too,
gotta tell
dog.
me.
Long
So
time
when they
ago.
came starting doing stuff like this and finding, because almost when I was in Mississippi history and I'm listening to geography and I'm listening to the stuff, it's almost my mind making me say why or what, well, how you know that, and then that's the stuff that made me start feeling like I believe. Now I believe it's deeper than that. And then I listen to the name of what they saying Mississippi is. I listen to the stuff they saying about Mississippi. I listen to the stuff they saying about Indians. Then I put it together with what my grandmama and them say
Exactly.
about they Indian. I'm like, you don't look like no Indian.
Exactly.
My granddad.
But you know,
Real Indians.
that's what they mean. And then when you find out Choctaw, Chickasaw, you find out what's what, it start really kind of.
Yep.
It is a feeling they give it to you. So, but you
It's
question
true,
it because
bro.
what you learn or what they done taught you.
It's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? So yeah,
It's
keep,
true.
Keep going,
We
bro.
started off as an ancient culture as mound builders, putting crops up, and then they started splitting out, becoming tribes all over the Southeast. The Southeast was the home of Indians just like us. And then the whole Southeast was already cultivated for crops. So they called it the Black Belt, which translates into Kemet, the black soil. See, that's what Egypt got everything from here. See what I'm
Bro,
saying?
I got my partner Sleeves gonna love this shit.
Yeah, they gonna love
They
this.
got
man.
period. They talk
It's the
talk
truth,
about
bro.
the pyramids that's here, and they talk about artifacts that's in. They just a few months ago discovered some artifacts in the Grand Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly like what they say
was
is
in
in
Egypt.
Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And some other people who saying, you know, the conspiracy theory saying it's more than artifacts, it's pyramids
Up
in
under.
the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
So you saying there was pyramids in Mississippi, or it still is right now?
Well, I don't know about Mississippi, but I think it's different parts of America that definitely is pyramids.
Mainly.
See, the mound evolved to a pyramid.
Okay.
See, the Mound is the first. The Mound is just like a 1980 box Chevy, and the Pyramid like a 2020 Tahoe. You know what I'm saying? But it started the same.
Right.
Okay.
So it's the same concept.
Yeah.
Because see, the Pyramid, what people don't know, the Pyramid is aligned with the Milky Way. You got Sirius, Orion's Belt, Pleiades, Star System. Pyramids of Giza.
Yeah, Giza.
Go right there to Louisiana, same thing.
Lined up,
Mound, same on the Mississippi River. So they using the river as the Milky Way. So the Mississippi River on our side, they put the mounds aligned with the Milky Way on the Mississippi River. Then in Egypt, they put it on the Nile. So this is a teaching. So this had to start somewhere. If you in Egypt and I'm in Mississippi, we just ain't gonna think of the same thing.
We not.
Exactly.
Somebody had to connect us to learn this knowledge, right? Mounds in Mississippi, 11,000 years old. Egypt ain't nowhere near that old. So the knowledge had to come from Mississippi
first.
See what I'm saying? See, I had mapped out the mounds myself that go along with the star alignment. It's mounds in Ohio go along with the star alignment.
You mapped out the mound yourself.
Yeah, man.
You know the constellation?
When I learned
You said it like you don't know the constellation.
Nah, I ain't saying it like that. I'm saying it like
looking at the star.
You do.
I'm saying it like to break the code,
Right.
you got to learn it. See what I'm saying? This is stuff that they won't teach us. To break the code, this certain stuff, you got to learn some Hebrew words.
On your own.
You're going to have to learn, like me. Like, I'm so crazy now, bro. I when I learn some stuff, you just be riding, you see crazy, you know what it really means.
Because
so
it's in plain sight, but it ain't in plain sight.
I'm riding through Arkansas. I see Heber Springs, Heber Springs. And I'm like, bro, I was just reading the Hebrew book. Heber is the land of the Hebrews' ancestors. Pull it up.
I know what this like, though. Hold
and
on.
I'm like,
I just put it together.
And I swear to God, bro, I'm looking in the thing. It's like a pyramid out there in Heber Springs with like grass on top of it. You can pull it up right now. I'm riding up the highway right past it. I'm like, Hebrew means.
And you
saw the words, then you see it.
The Hebrews' ancestors, right? So if the Hebrews are in the Middle East, the ancestors come from here, or in Africa, or in Israel, or in. The ancestors got to come from here.
And you knowing it because you knowing the age.
Because I know the words.
Yep.
And the age of what.
And the age of what's
older.
older.
I tell you what they like. So me and my nigga be playing Red Dead. But we be playing just the online version, right? But we be playing with niggas who done played the story mode.
Yeah.
We'll ride past a nigga house. I don't know what the fuck it is, right? They were like, nigga, that's Arthur Morgan house right there. Yeah. I'm like, nigga, I don't know what this. But he done played the story mode. He understand it. He didn't. He
learned the history.
Yep.
He know the history.
Yep. That man. Ooh, boy,
so
be
like,
you.
What really, like, it just led you to just keep going?
It led me to keep going. Once my grandma passed away, she had told me, that this the land of God's chosen people. She told me that. And I never understood it because I was so young.
Right.
But the land of God's chosen people are the first people of nature. The first people to understand astrology, farming, how to treat the land and how to,
how to cultivate it.
There's Hebrew teachings though. That translate into Hebrew. Hebrew is a virtuous farmer who teach people how to farm for themselves and eat and feed their people, right? So she used to farm to the moon. Like, okay, it's a crescent moon. We're gonna
Your grandma used to do that?
Yeah, it's a crescent moon. We're gonna plant this in the yard. I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? It's a half moon, plant that. It's the spring, such and such, plant this. And I'm 12, 13. I'm like, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I'm just gonna go put it out there. So when I get older and read this is Hebrew, bro. I'm talking about spring equinox, sow a seed in the spring.
Whole different calendar than what we talking about on the regular.
Whole different calendar. She on a whole nother time.
We finna take spring break. What is that spring break?
It's spring. It's a little earlier than that.
Okay.
That's where Mardi Gras come from. Mardi Gras come from the spring festival of our ancient culture. Because when the spring come, that means the earth rejuvenate. It's time to put the crops in the seeds in the ground. So we put the seeds in the ground, then we party. See what I'm saying?
So that's how the almanac came about then, right?
That's how the Farmer's Almanac came around. Farmer's Almanac. They come from Hebrew teachers.
Man, because my grandmama used to read, my grandmama and granddaddy used to read the almanac. And I'm like, what is this little book?
Exactly.
It used to be a little book they used to read all the time.
Exactly. Just to catch
My
the exact
granddaddy
right
had
day.
that book though.
The
I
almanac.
never read it. I never.
Do they
picked
even
it up.
still make that? Like the almanac, dude?
They still make it, but they kind of switch the days up and try to mess it up for you know.
But
they
it's
still make it.
the almanac is pretty much in line with
Yeah,
what's
in
right.
line. It's in line. Like the spring is the first part of the starting to grow agriculture. Really, the spring in the old culture was the New Year.
Man, you
Right,
got me
I've heard
feeling
it.
ignorant.
I've heard
But-
it.
but-
I done heard people say that.
Me
I'm
too.
just now hearing this
Yeah.
stuff too, though.
Really, spring was the New Year, so it was kind of like a New Year's celebration. Then you plant your crops.
Bruh, I'm talking about my grandma used to
Why do you
live by
think
the
they
almanac.
switch it up on niggas then? Why they didn't? What's all the whole?
What's
We
the
gonna switch up
for?
the months? Is that for to make niggas work 40 hours a week?
They see,
That is shit. Is that what it is? That's what I think.
You just
you switch it up. You switch it up because you don't want people to start to understand where this stuff come from. So when let's throw them off
And
2
you
months.
don't want them to do that because what?
Because
It's gonna change
your
everything.
power back.
Yep, you're gonna
want-
lose
you
their
start-
power.
Can't have free labor then. Huh?
you understand what
Okay.
you understand what's really going on. You understand like what y'all doing to us. See what I'm saying?
That's from top to bottom with everything. If you think about it,
Which is
Which is trying to control y'all with y'all knowledge, right?
by
See,
not teaching us.
Now I hate to say that, but I got to say it.
Say it, man.
Our people connected to the Bible for one thing and one thing only. It's an old story that we created. So that's why I can't get mad at my people for going to church, and it's an old story that we created. If Haru got the same story as Jesus, right? Born in a manger. Haru mama was named Mary, Mery, Meri.
Peru. That's in what?
That's like Egypt knowledge.
Okay.
Really?
But it didn't come from Egypt. Like I said, it still came
Mar-
from here.
Yeah.
It's a story from here.
It's a story from here. It's a star story. See, what the ancient
All
culture...
this shit really about food. Everything
Or
is the
land.
stars and food.
Yeah, that's what it all started with.
If you want to pray to something, you need to pray to this right here. 'Cause that's how
Stars,
you gonna get
food, nature, the wind, the earth,
Lane, yeah.
water. That's God. That's what they were saying.
Yeah, you looking at God.
The original Hebrew had no idols. He ain't talking about it's one God and it's one now. The original Hebrew, nature was his idol. He looked up to nature because nature the only thing fed him. So it wasn't he wasn't trying to make nothing no God. He was just talking about the sun, talking about the moon, talking about so the star, the all-seeing eye became God. The all-seeing eye, like I said, is the sun. That's what they call God, the son of God. Sirius is Haru. That's the rising star. Sirius became Jesus. And Mary, the mother of Haru, became the Virgin Mary. So it's all stars aligning for the summer solstice, for the harvest.
We're telling this story, this cautionary story.
Yeah.
For the stars aligning for the harvest.
For the harvest.
That's what if you're going
So
to
we
worship anything.
We worshiping what's gonna feed us the rest of the goddamn year. We ain't studying about none of this extra
It
stuff.
ain't had nothing to do with people controlling people being bad, good, or evil. None of that.
But they did put they use the dark, like when they get nighttime, the stars at nighttime to represent dark, and the stars in the daytime to represent light. So if they say something bad, they'll use a star constellation from after dark. You know what I'm saying? But the way I read it over here was people that mess with the Mounds. They all came together doing these like the spring and the stuff like that, and they traded stuff like people from Florida bringing shells to Mississippi, and we giving them
Crops
stuff from here.
and, yeah.
It looked like we was all in cahoots, like who come from the same origin. So we was meeting up.
Trade what we got from where
Trade
we
what we got from where we at, because all our people
This
had
what we
moved
got
around.
over here. We got some deer. We got some
Exactly. So it seemed like it was all peace until like the Native American people came and they started attacking because they were hungry. See what I'm saying?
That's basically what it was.
That's basically what it
They ain't
was.
know how to grow nothing.
They hungry. They ain't know how to grow.
And they
Now you
saw it
see,
and they
You
wanted
don't
to
got
take
the
it.
knowledge.
you ain't got the knowledge. And we try to teach them the knowledge, but they aggressive. Y'all already know these.
They ain't got time.
They want to
Say
fight.
they
They want
aggressive.
to.
Yeah.
They want to. They built like that. It's in their DNA. We cool. They trying to attack. So we like, man, we just gonna have to go and bust y'all head. So y'all keep. But there's so many of them coming. We start moving around. That's why we end up in South America and going other places, stuff like that. That's the real story of America. The mounds, that's our culture. All of them aligned with stars, bro. Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Yep.
That military park in Vicksburg, Mississippi. They put them Confederate.
Everything in Vicksburg
is hilly.
Is
Right, hilly.
They put Confederate monuments on top of mounds aligned with stars right there in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Right there in town.
Yep. Right there in the back of that military park. That's an ancient spot. Vicksburg, Mississippi, shaped just like the bottom of Egypt.
How you even put that together?
Exactly,
bro. I'm telling you, by reading and studying and learning how to. Okay,
you ain't hitting no Zaza to have that thought.
Nah, I quit smoking years
You
ago.
gotta understand what you're reading, though, right?
You know what, nigga? Hold on, cuz these bitches.
They been figured it out, bro. They been.
And this all comes from.
Been figured it out.
This all comes from your grandmama just telling you the history of y'all family, and
then I expanded it from there. I just got so interested in it because it's the only thing really worth knowing. Your real history, you know what I'm saying?
The stuff they put down by Egypt and Maya and Inca, is that to throw you off, or is it like is it halfway the truth? That's just what they think. They don't know no more than
it. Really happened.
That's how they figuring it out,
or do they really know what happened?
They figured it out because they go in there and raided all these old spots and took all the knowledge out of there.
But they just found out something else about the pyramid. I forgot what.
Yep, in Mexico. I think it was in Mexico.
It was like an interest or something. They was like, "Oh, this ain't even what we thought it was." I had to look it up. It just found it out.
So we talking about pyramids.
Yep.
I saw one of your posts that said we look at Area 51 wrong.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Yeah. People, they try to teach us it's some type of alien crash there. Then they block the whole area off. But really, the pyramids out there. They going all underground under the pyramid. I got pictures of it on
he got pictures. Like
it's a misdirection game.
What you think about people who feel like they done seen alien then?
Now, like I say, I read in books that it is other entities on this earth, but they don't come from outer space. Motherfucker coming from inside the earth. They earth beings. We thinking they.
So you ain't okay. You ain't say you can't tell a nigga what they done seen.
Right.
Now I can't tell nigga what they done seen. You might have seen some strange
right type shit.
But
I swear.
My brother seen some shit.
But this the thing.
I seen an animal, but this different.
This the thing. You gotta see. We looking up, but it's really here. This the source. This the source of life. This the one brought our ass here. Anything in here, it came from here, because. Okay. Y'all, if people watch alien stuff, you always see them coming out the lakes, at the caves.
They
coming out the ground. They ain't never come straight down out the atmosphere.
Right.
They lighten the lake up, fly up out the lake. Where y'all coming from?
Damn sure right. You damn sure. Ooh.
You coming from the earth. So now I done read about it's beings in the earth with technology that they come from the planet though. They don't come from. We think they extraterrestrials.
Because they probably know how to fly. They just know how to fly.
Because they got more technology. They might have been on Earth longer than us. You see what I'm saying? But they just live on the ground to separate the two. Because they know they can't exist with us. It's going to be.
It's throw everything out.
Now, I read that. I ain't saying none of this shit true.
They probably don't want intergalactic. They probably flipped another timeline. We don't know, man.
But if it is something like that, Earth created them. They just live in a
it
world.
Ain't shit we thinking from other worlds out in Mars.
Bro, you going by what knowledge that you learned. My boy said if it is. I ain't telling you it ain't.
Boy.
I ain't gonna get to it like that. But it is something. It's something. I ain't gonna say it ain't nothing. Because if we got created, who said the earth can't create nothing else? So I can't go against it. You know what I'm saying? Cause the earth created the other people, white folks, and he created their ass too. Yeah. So what else could it create anything?
Yeah.
See, we think we fell from the sky somewhere, but that's why they call it Mother Earth.
We from
Earth the mother.
We from this mother.
Earth the real mother. All people and beings on their planet. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, you man.
What you got? You got a list right here.
Yeah, I do.
Come on, my shit.
Another thing that I saw down your timeline is the Freemasons.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and the only reason I bring this up because I saw one of your other posts that was showing about Lovecraft Country, about them sitting at the table, and the black man getting up explaining where his lineage is from, and it was actually black instead of white. How did that narrative change that the Freemasons started with the whites as opposed to from the blacks?
Okay.
Yeah.
It started with the black people. See, we got to start realizing that we think we the same people as Africans and European. We not. Our bloodline different. We stronger, faster, smarter. I hate to talk. I ain't trying to talk about my people. But American bloodline is the stronger bloodline. Like, them people is not built like us. We can just look at them and tell. You know what I'm saying? So, when we brought knowledge over there to that side of the world, they start taking it, and then they start coming with secret societies and stuff to hide the knowledge that they found out from our culture, right? So that's when the Moors and the Freemasons come in. Now the Moors are using our knowledge to control the white folks. Because the white folks up under them.
Right.
At the time.
Like,
so Moors had Slavic people. They were slaves come from Slavics.
They don't know. I've heard that we had people who had knowledge like alchemists type stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah,
this lady I heard that
that's real.
they thought she was a witch because when they shot at her, I don't know if this is in Africa or whatever, but she knew how far the bullet would go. They say she'd show her ass to the people who were shooting at her. You know what I'm saying? And the bullet would drop for her. They said she was a witch. Yeah. But really, she just understood the mathematics of it.
She was that smart.
Way back though.
That's what they were finding alchemy tablets. That's what the Emerald Tablets about, alchemy. It's alchemy, how to turn metals into do this and switch stuff up. But so the Freemasons is started in Europe and Africa, North Africa and Europe. They already knew that it was an ancient culture who had all the knowledge. And when they found it in these old sites, they just kept it and hid it. Then they started taking all the old buildings and old mound complexes and old temples and started turning them into churches and turning them into Freemason lodges and stuff like that. So that started over there in Europe. Then you come over here. You already schooled on how to take knowledge.
They found these temples. They ain't built them. They found them. They was already there.
They found them. That's why I had started researching the inside of them old buildings. Got corn all in the building. Like, you from Europe, you don't know nothing about no corn. Why you build a building with corn in it?
Wow.
The building was already here.
Yep.
That's why I showed the other day when I showed a melanated man with locks on his head inside the Tartarian building in Michigan. We built them buildings.
Yep. That's a whole nother thing.
So the Freemason is to hide the knowledge of the original people and act like you created it so you can look like the smart person, the enlightened person. Everybody else dumb. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where all that Freemason and Masons come from, and it's all about secrecy of ancient knowledge that they just then they put their statues on top of it to make you think that they built it. But
it's actually coming from
the old culture. They was way smarter than us. Old culture was way smarter than us.
They had to be though.
They had to be
just to even eat.
Just to even eat.
And then they go further. And then
go all the way back to the same thing.
Then it comes to the finessing of the people of the future, because if they really know and understand this knowledge, will we be able to get into power because our weapons won't continue to work.
Exactly.
So you got to make it where they fuck over themselves.
Exactly.
Because we can't continue to kill them, and then we kind of need them to move forward. So it's like, well, that's what I think, looking at everything we engulf with it. But I'm gonna tell you what, bro. This is what I'm realizing.
Yeah.
You about need a church or something to put together, and we need to do a couple of these often and get it together.
Yeah,
it's on the right path, and they don't make you do nothing but want to just
because
as long as I'm in town, we could drop them, man.
It takes
people
you
need
down
to know
there.
some of this stuff. Man.
It make you want to figure out how to be a better person anyway.
Exactly.
You know, somebody do all you could do. If your ancestry had this and they did more with
less.
Right.
Exactly.
With a whole lot
I didn't know
less.
if they had less, man. I be sitting there thinking like you was like they had boats and everything. I be thinking them niggas had spaceship too. They came to a certain era. They came to a certain era, bro. Bro. If they could do pyramids over here, they ain't gonna do pyramids.
They were saying that culture had blimps and all that type of stuff.
They talk like they was about to make electricity. They talk like they was about.
They had electricity for sure.
They would talk like they was about to make the internet. When I say the internet, they was about to make a way to communicate. But we ain't even over here. And we can talk about
some wavelength type
and we
stuff.
Connected though.
Yeah,
it's the type of stuff they say. That's the type of stuff.
It was getting there.
That's the type of stuff that
everybody
they say.
Tore it down.
Nikola Tesla study is supposed to all be about self-sustaining.
Where you got it from?
And all that type of shit.
So it's just really history.
If you want to
itself.
think, bro, I get a little lazy on your head, but if you want to think,
What you say, a little lazy?
get a little lazy, it'd be too much. I
Little
sit back
procrastinating.
and, oh, man, they're doing way too much. I gotta stay fun.
Man, but B got so much stuff down his page, man. It just like once if you, I guarantee if you look at 3 posts, you gonna go down there. I ain't gonna say a rabbit hole, but you gonna go down about 10 more posts just to see.
Do you feel like you're a conspiracy theorist, B?
Nah.
It's just if you
I
look
don't like
the truth.
conspiracy. That's why I be studying so hard. I'm trying to find the truth, man. Like
If we got the truth and I could point to you directly with a source, this a valid source.
yeah.
And all these, I can't give you one source that's gonna give you everything because you gotta want to see.
You gotta go through a whole
You
bunch.
gotta learn different things in order to learn it.
Yeah.
Because you're already telling us it's hidden and they hide.
That's why I be shooting at certain people. I shoot at Billy Carson here and there.
I just told you I was looking at Billy Carson, man.
He said ruffle his feathers.
Because
Dr. Umar.
I told you shooting at people I listen to.
see, when you tell a people a fairy tale, you take the power away from the people who actually done it.
Do you think he really believe that stuff that he say?
I don't think he do. He can't be that stupid. Look at it like this, bro. Look at it like this. Your mama buy you some Jordan to go to school, and then you get to school and say, aliens bought them.
Santa Claus.
My mama went to work about them motherfuckers. She worked hard. I got to give my mama that.
Santa Claus got this now.
Santa Claus.
How
Another
long
way.
can you keep saying? How long can you keep saying Santa Claus?
Exactly.
How long can you keep saying Santa Claus?
For everybody laugh at
Everybody
you.
laugh at you and be like, boy, your mama went to
You
work.
don't know.
Exactly.
Oh, you don't know?
60 hours and bought you some shit.
Oh, you don't know.
Now, Santa Claus just sound good. You hear it so long, you told to believe it.
Yep.
But the true story is your mama worked hard and got there for you, right?
We
Fairy
know the
tales.
truth now.
Okay.
We
Same
know
thing
the
with
truth
history.
now. We know the
Same
Fairy
thing with
tales.
history. Sophisticated people pulled up on some dummies, taught them everything. They turned them into gods, but they're not aliens. They just more advanced than y'all from another side of another country, another area of the world. So we got the oldest agriculture in America. So we bring agriculture to a starving place. I'm gonna give y'all the story how I read it in the book, bro. They say the Cushites, which they say come from America, and in the old books I got, the Nubians, the Cushites, they say them people come from America.
Kemet and Kush.
Exactly. They taught Egyptians. See, they won't teach that. Cush taught Egypt. Egypt didn't teach Cush. Cush was there before them. Cush pulled up, hopped off the boat, looking at these people like, bro, y'all ain't got no crops. Where the gold at? What the hell y'all do? They pull up on the ship. Cushite pull up on the ship.
They done put up
on
in
the
some,
wall.
They done put up in some futuristic
some high
shit.
tech
It's some
shit.
futuristic ships.
Yeah.
It's on the walls in Kush. Ships. Big ships. Got monkeys, trees, everything on the ship. It's on the wall in Kush. But they always show us Egypt, they don't show us Kush. See, Kush is the connection. So Kushites pull up. Man, y'all ain't got nothing going over here, bro. Man, get out the way. Irrigate the Nile River. Put the corn in the ground. Right? Start building pyramids and temples and start teaching y'all about Haru and the laws of Ma'at, how to be virtuous and good people and teaching them all of this now. Egypt just sitting there learning, sucking it up. They won't tell us the true story. They sucking it up. So if Kushites were from another part of Africa, why were they so much more advanced than Egyptians? They didn't come from that land. They just be lying to us. Them people came from right South America or in the Gulf of Mexico area or Peru or.
And so these people went and drew aliens on the wall behind what they saw with the Kushites. They was like, I ain't never seen.
But now it wasn't the Egyptians didn't do aliens. Egyptians.
They drew the Anunnaki. And
The first teaching was, I'm gonna tell you who did the
Was
Anunnaki
America.
stuff. The first teaching was ain't no idols. So when we mix in with the Egyptians over thousands of years, still took a long time for this to evolve for them to get the knowledge.
this was way older
They
than
get
you think.
our bloodline. Now they are talking about their ancestor from over here.
Gotcha.
So boom, they start making themselves gods. See, that's when the bullshit come in. See, if the original teaching we didn't have no God, nature God. Now Egypt like, oh, I'm goddamn Ramses.
I'm balling.
I'm
cuz. You
Ramses,
see this on
Osiris,
the- we done
Imhotep.
found gold.
I'm the God. Put me on the stage.
Exactly.
That's when the ego and the big head and the knowledge come together. You start enslaving people and and
telling them what to
because
do.
knowledge is power, bro.
Yep.
If you got the knowledge, you can control a whole civilization. If you could feed them people, you could work the hell out of them in ancient times. See what I'm saying? So they take the original knowledge of the good side of it, turn it into deities, which is man god. Now you got a falcon-headed man. You got Thoth, the bird-headed man. The
German Shepherd head, man.
You got the
Doberman Pinscher.
Doberman Pinscher head, man. Now you putting his name on the back of your name.
That's what it
Now
is.
you
not wrong, nigga.
Now you Nardo.
Is this a Doberman Pinscher or a Greyhound or a Whippet?
It's some kind of Zalo dog. It's a black.
But I know. Did you notice
like the Kahlua?
Yeah.
Something like
So
that.
now, when you get the knowledge, you Nardo Horace.
Yeah.
You took the God name, put it on the end of your name. Now you Nardo Horace. You like, look, put me a statue up or get y'all ass beat. See what I'm saying? That's when it went wrong. See what I'm saying? So, that's what they don't want to teach. Cushites came there and taught them that. Same thing happened in Samaria. I just got a new book in the other day. We were talking about the Sumerians who call themselves the black. I put the video up on it too.
You did.
The blackhead people.
I got it. Yeah, we're gonna check. Hey, look.
Them ain't no aliens, man.
Check me out. See, this is what we gotta do. Hey,
We got to, man.
we can do this shit. Like this could be like a 2 hour. Like we need
They keep
way
going.
more. We gotta wrap it. It's rap time. We do a little, sometime, my boy. But we gonna have to.
You gonna have
I
to
gotta
come back.
find out how long you in town, my boy.
Man,
We got to put it down. We got to put it down.
Yeah, we got to do because there's many more questions I got too.
Let me ask you. Okay,
it's
so
a lot.
Because I can keep doing this. I felt the feeling. I was like, nigga, this nigga got to tell me more. So
exactly.
How can the people keep up? How can they also know the truth? How can they find you?
How can they find me?
How can they find you?
My
handle?
YouTube is We Know the Truth Now. Same way. My Instagram is We Know the Truth Now 1, and my I got TikTok We Know the Truth Now 1 too. So y'all can hit me in the DM or whatever. Ask some questions if I send it out the quick to send it back. I don't know if I just got a gift for retaining information.
Bro, you
Well, you gotta
one.
want it though. You probably didn't
You gotta
have it.
want it. You gotta
exactly.
When you wasn't thinking like that, you probably ain't,
Yeah, and I just started realizing I could remember it. You know what I'm saying? After I read it, but I want to say something, man.
That's what I want to know. Anything you want.
I want to say this, man. Mississippi, we got to understand that we got the most ancient bloodline of knowledge in our blood still today. But they dumbed us down because they know who we are. And they know them people white people didn't get rich out hard working degrees. They got rich out stealing your land. So don't think them people better than you or better than us or nothing like that because anybody could come up stealing. We all know that, right?
Damn sure can.
The Mounds, the oldest thing in the southeast of America, and they stole all their land and sold all the crops off of it back overseas and got rich. And now they riding around and we thinking they rich because it's rich because they 200-300 years ago their ancestors stole $50 million worth of land.
Well, and then you see it now with a lot of stuff that go on. It might not be a lot of Mississippians out there, or it might not be a lot of people who tell you they Mississippians out there.
Exactly. That's
right?
the fact.
But a lot of them are really over-exceeding in what they do, from sports to politics to just name a lot of stuff.
Professional.
And I think it's because it's a story that got to be told or something.
It was already great. They
got to be brought back here just like, or just like you think you're supposed to, everything will be brought back, or the first should be last, or the truth will come through.
Exactly.
Like we all know. But
Exactly.
I need y'all to tap in with my boy, Brian Anthony. We know the truth.
Yes, roll the corn.
Roll the corn.
Now you know the meaning behind
We
it.
know the truth.
Yes.
And yeah, man, you know what to do. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button.
And as always, I'm your boy Nardo Blacktastic.
It's your boy E-Dubb.
We the productive procrastinators. If you ain't being productive, you probably procrastinating.
And if your ass ain't procrastinating,
yeah, damn sure. Hey,
just like that, facts.
roll the corn.
Let's roll it.
Yes, sir.
Bang, bang, bang,
Man, that
bang.
was one.